CNN with Jamie Cooper.
Brought to you by the Coleman Dental Group.
And let's do a little bit of news on a Friday morning edition. Like I told y'all before, I ain't going to be here next week running the reruns. But hey, Smurf retired yesterday from the Athens Fire Department. Yesterday afternoon, had a little celebration down that way. Front page News Courier this morning. Athens Fire and Rescue held a retirement ceremony yesterday for driver Gerald Franks, top center. One standing up there at Fire Station 1, joined the crew. He said he's always known for 49 years old, retiring because he's a little bit short, so they always referred to him as the Smurf.
Yep.
So, yeah, there you go. Retired. Lonnie, how are you?
I'm good.
So since you failed to show up last week.
Well, I'm not coming next Friday either.
So, that's good. I want in. You heard about it.
Oh, yeah, that was my most popular show.
The one you didn't make?
The one that I didn't make. So I had more people, say, where were you than, hey, I saw you and enjoyed it.
What was your excuse?
I didn't give any excuses. I'm not done that. But I was actually working late.
Yeah.
So I was.
I understand. I know the real reason, so you better quit saying. Family Circle magazine, a monthly lifestyle magazine based out of New York, has named Madison one of America's top best towns for families to live in. Athens, Alabama, not on the top 10, but I'm sure, Doug, that would be one that should come in next.
Well, they must not have came here.
Yeah, they must not have checked it out. You're from Athens.
I am.
The rest of us transplants, they were Mathew.
That's right. Not too far away, though.
And Lonnie, you in the real estate business. Tell me how
I
much.
don't have my full estate shirt on.
Tell them much how this is going to hurt us. USA Today, mortgage rates, party's over, according to USA Today this morning. Rates went up the most they have in the last several 26 years. Matter of fact, that's the same length of time that Paula Dean hadn't used the N-word. 26 years. That must be the magic number going on around these days, Doug.
Jamie.
Said the weekly sharp increase in mortgage rates, the biggest one weekly in 26 years, won't likely be repeated, but a long era of historical low rates may be over. What's your advice, Lonnie?
Hurry up and buy.
Give you a call?
Yeah, I've got all the people I'm working with right now. Let's do it before it goes up, and this is still it's good. The rates are good.
And if you're looking for river property, call this man. He knows where.
Right.
Or call me, and I'll give you a deal. Hey, shocker! Democrats are united behind Hillary Clinton, Frank, to run for president in 2016. Matthew,
Shocking.
you're speechless.
I know it. I mean, it's not. Does it surprise you?
That's a waste
No,
of
it
an
don't.
article.
Okay, what happens to Biden? Is he odd man out here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you really want it? Well, never mind.
Says the only county she won't win in the United States is Limestone County, where the Democrats appear to be practically dead.
No.
I made that part up,
No
but
kidding.
what it looks like, except for Sheriff Mike Blakely,
That's right.
who seems to be the only one that can carry the torch here.
It's because he's a good sheriff.
Doug, you got anything on the politically you can
I don't know if
let
I know
out a
any.
bag for me that you heard who's going to run for state senate or anything like that?
I haven't heard anything about the state senate. Of course, the sheriff's race is the big race, and you got sheriff, and then you got about 27 people running for the Republican nomination, and I think they'll filter that out eventually, and you'll see an interesting general election. I think 2016 in this county is going to be the most interesting election
Is
cycle.
that when the judges are up?
All 4 judges, district attorney comes back up for re-election, and a lot of other offices, of course. So.
No.
You gonna run for DA?
I'm glad you asked that question.
He's going to run for
Having political? When's your dad up for re-election?
2016.
Okay.
Yeah.
But,
Let's just keep the incumbent on that one, okay?
Okay. Of all those, I don't qualify. Now, I do have judicial experience because I did run for a week and a half probate judge, but you don't have to be a lawyer to be that.
No.
I'm assuming you got to have a little law experience to be a judge.
You do. In the district judgeship, I think you have to have been practicing law for 6 or 8 years, and circuit judge is 8 or 10, something like that. So you can't just come out of law school and do it too.
Would you like to come out right now and say that you're going to seek one of those positions?
Come on, I'd love to be able to, but having not considered that or talked with my wife about it, it might not be a good thing to announce it on TV.
I agree.
So what are you going to run for, Jamie? Let's go ahead and.
Well, I could run for sheriff.
Sheriff.
Yeah.
Well,
I have to do that this year. I'll tell you, my political career basically is over.
Sheriff, you've shot a gun once.
Well, what's that that got to do with being sheriff?
A lot.
You know,
We actually prefer sheriffs that don't shoot their gun on a regular basis.
Well, I could just hire Mike back to work for me.
there you go.
Yeah, well,
I'm sure that'd go over well. How do you think that'd go, Frank?
Matthew?
I got to tell you, he did a great job out there Saturday. All that video, by the way, remind if you didn't get a chance to see any of the special needs, we didn't air a whole lot of it here on the show. You can go to our YouTube channel. And a lot of people may not know about this, but YouTube is on the internet. You can go and get it. You can see anything you want right there. You can see a full hour Travis Womack perform. We'll get to that in just a little bit. All right, let's talk about what's everybody in the nation is talking about. Aaron Hernandez. You know, he grew up in Bristol, Connecticut. That's his hometown.
What a fool.
How do you explain what they have got? Have you kept up with this, Matthew? They've got it timeline. The prosecutor does. They got surveillance cameras when they pulled into this industrial site where the guy was murdered. 4 minutes later, the car exits. Get that on camera. And then it shows him walking into his house with a Glock. Idiot.
What was his relation to this guy?
He just used the guy. He didn't like the guy was talking to some people at a club that he didn't like the 2 nights before.
I think that guy knew.
Shot him 4 times.
I think that guy knew he killed those other 2 guys
Well, now,
a year ago.
next July, 2 guys were murdered in a drive-by. They're saying he did it too.
Same gun.
And what did he get paid? $9 million bonus money for signing?
You know, he's got a $12 million guarantee on that new contract, so they're going to pay him $12 million sitting in the county jail.
Wow.
That is unbelievable.
Is there a clause probably that would...
I think it's guaranteed money. I mean, I think, you know, on those contracts, that's why they negotiate them that way.
Here's some of the comments this morning on USA Today.
Yeah.
Said, being arrested and released from the Patriots is a sad fate for a good athlete, but terrible role model. Sad day for Patriots. Never thought I'd be glad they signed Tim Tebow.
Oh.
We were going, yeah, Ray Lewis, bringing it up. Yeah, he did get away with murder. We were just talking about that before we came on. Said the glory of fame blinds everyone, so Aaron Hernandez likely never received the proper help he needed. What do you need proper help? I know better than to go out and kill somebody.
Wrong and right.
They've got him, and you know about the bubble gum too, don't you?
No bail either.
No.
He stopped before they kills the guy. He stops and gets some Bubblicious cotton candy flavored bubble gum. Chews it or whatever. Anyway, leaves it in the car when he turns the car in, and there's a spent .45 casing of the gun in the car too.
DNA on the gun.
Wow.
So they threw it in the garbage. Prosecutor, they come over, retrieve it, and that's what they got.
That's how they have his DNA.
This guy will never get out. So you think they're going to have to pay him?
I think so.
He probably need that for his legal fees.
And of course, I mean, you know, Robert Kraft is a pretty smart guy, obviously.
Right.
He wouldn't be a billionaire if he weren't. So he'll probably figure out some way to try to get out of it. And I don't blame him. I mean, and of course, he's innocent until proven guilty. So let's not jump on him too
that's
quick.
a good question for an attorney. When y'all get court appointed to some friggin' thug that you know as well as I do kill somebody,
Yeah.
I've
how
asked
do you,
the
I
attorney
mean,
that.
I know that's a code y'all are under.
Well, it is.
Won't you just throw them on the bus and get rid of them?
Well, because, I mean,
Huh?
well, the thing is
They have a
that,
job to do.
you know, regardless of what has happened as far as evidence goes, somebody's innocent until proven guilty. And it may be one day that somebody tries to frame me or you, and it looks like we're guilty, but we're really not. And so everybody deserves a vigorous defense. And, you know, a lot of times in our job, it ain't about trying to get them off. It's about trying to get them the best you can. And a lot of them realize that. A lot of times...
Again, some of them are thugs and need to be, so throw them on the bus. You can't do that?
No, they can't
No.
do that.
Are you a lawyer? No.
I asked John
I'm
to do
glad
that.
Jamie's
What do you handle, divorces?
I do criminal work and divorces mainly. Yeah.
Douglas Patterson, soon to be advertising on this program. Y'all call him, you need his services. Law firm. We'll talk about that later on. We'll come back and talk with all these guys in just a second. Lonnie, thanks for showing up on this Friday. It's good to see
I'm
you.
enjoying it.
Oh, we'll take a break and be right back. Y'all, hang on.